As time winds down to vote this November, levels of anxiety and depression are going up, and the election has a lot to do with it. Every year, the American Psychiatric Association conducts a mental health poll with various adults in the United States. According to 2024 results, 43% of adults say they feel more anxious than previous years. Last year, that number was 37%, and it was 32% in 2022. Now, the participants were also asked why they felt anxious and were allowed to choose multiple reasons. Nearly 3/4 of those who experience anxiety says it's because of the upcoming election. One local therapist says election anxiety is not uncommon, and if you find yourself trying to get a grip on all of the stress, there are a few things you can do to push yourself through. Dr. Ashley Smith is a licensed clinical psychologist in Kansas City. She says what you consume can have a big impact on your anxiety, especially during an election cycle. So be mindful of what type of social media content you scroll through and how much time you spend on different platforms. She also recommends shifting your focus to what you can control instead of worrying or complaining about what you can't.
C stands for control. Focus on the things that you can actually control, not the things you want to. We can't control other people. We can't control the future. What we can control are things like our attitude, our attention, and our actions. And now I'm not saying just be positive, but I am saying to consider, is my attitude making the best out of the circumstances, or is it making the circumstances worse? With attention, that's back to that input matters. What am I paying attention to? Because whatever I'm focusing on is going to influence how I feel and how I see the world. In actions, I always want to choose helpful, effective actions that line up with who I am as a person.
Dr. Smith also recommends a breathing activity called finger tracing to help bring immediate relief when anxiety starts to become overwhelming.
You're going to lightly trace the outline of your hand as you breathe in and then breathe out. Breathe in very slowly and then breathe out. By the time you've done your hand both ways, you're going to feel a little bit calmer.
I was going to say, yeah, a couch like...
Dr. Smith adds that it's important to remember no matter who people are voting for, being kind goes a long way. Carly?
Kristen, it is gorgeous